I am really struggling with brain fog, so I don't even know what this video is going to be, to be honest. So this really isn't the video I'd intended to make this week, but because I seem to have lost my ability of critical thinking, this is just a bit of a spontaneous video instead, because I'm not able to research at the moment because my brain is basically like a sieve, which is, really frustrating when you make YouTube video contents. And I'm not even sure if this video is going to go out. I'm just, talking to the camera and see what happens. But I've been a bit inspired by Blindboy because, if you don't know who Blindboy is, he's an amazing podcaster who's really thoughtful, and he does kind of deep dives into various topics. And he's autistic, although his podcast isn't really about being autistic, although he does mention it sometimes. But some weeks he just hasn't, for whatever reason, got the ability to do a kind of deep dive video or podcast, as he usually would. So he does what he calls like a telephone call. So he'll just basically tell you what he's been up to that week, and just kind of bits and bobs like that, really. So this week's video is a bit like that, really. It's just a phone call, really to check in with you, and just have a bit of a ramble. But as I say, I don't know how this is going to go. So as I say, I wasn't sure whether to even try to make a video this week, which seems like such a kind of YouTube-y thing to say, doesn't it? But I find that whenever I follow YouTube creators who put out content regularly, or they have a specific routine, whenever they're not able to upload that week, I feel a tiny bit of disappointment, which is probably, ridiculous of me to kind of expect them to put out, something that is part of my routine. That's kind of why I'm putting a video out for those of you who might rely on, a regular kind of Friday video, really. But as I say, I don't know what this one's going to be like. But as autistic people, routines are really important to us, aren't they? Or very many autistic people. And even making a video each week has become an important part of my routine. And I normally film on a Monday, but yesterday my brain would not work at all, and it's only a tiny bit better today. But that's why I'm making this video, just so I've got something to put out on Friday, and for those who kind of rely on that, bit of routine, really, that they've got something to kind of click on, really, rather than think, that's a shame there's not a video out today. And also, I think it's really important that we see all sides of autistic creators. I think YouTube in general has a problem that creators really show unrealistic lives, really. Everything's kind of so glossy and happy clappy, but I think less so actually in the autism community. I think we're a bit more kind of real, but I thought maybe it's kind of important to show that I'm not having a good week at the moment, or a good few weeks, really, because it's more real and honest, isn't it? So basically I've got kind of two issues going on at the moment. And the first is low blood pressure, or very low blood pressure. And I think I mentioned this in a video or a couple of videos ago. And just makes you, it's really difficult just to move and, go about your life, really, because I feel like my body is just really heavy. Is the best way to describe it. I can feel kind of blood pooling going on in my legs and in my arms, and it's very, very difficult. And I have started on a medication for it, but it's a situation that I won't bore you with too much. But basically, I've been given this medication by my private Acast doctor, but trying to line things up with the NHS is proving a bit difficult. So I am being referred to the hospital. So hopefully that will kind of all sort itself out. And the other issue that I've got going on is HRT for menopause, and it's proving quite difficult. I've gone on to progesterone every day, and I was using it sequentially up until this month. And I think any kind of changes in your hormones like that can have quite significant effects, and it is doing for me, because as I say, I've just lost the ability to think properly, which is really frustrating. And because I'm generally quite motivated as a person, and that's really important in terms of making YouTube content, when this ability has been taken away from me, I really don't feel like myself at all, because everything is a real effort. And for me, it just doesn't feel like I've got my own brain at the moment. I think I'll need to speak to my doctor about it at our next meeting. It's just difficult, and I'd love to know if you've been using HRT for menopause and you've switched to the everyday progesterone. I'd love to know how you've gotten on with it, and did it take a while to settle down, or did you have to try, different options really? Because I'm on Gestan, so it's the pill form, and that's the body identical type. So I do want to stick with body identical HRT, but I don't know how it's going to go, because I really don't feel like myself. Let me know if you've been using HRT, how you're getting on with it. And also, if you're a trans person who uses HRT, I'd love to hear about your journey too, because if I'm honest, this is an area I am not educated in at all. So leave your experiences down below, because I'd love to hear whether you've had a similar experience to me, where you're just trying to kind of sort out a regime that works, but it's taking some time and it's making you feel really out of sorts. I'd love to hear. And also, I do need to mention, I've got some notes here that I told everybody that I was going to get into live streaming a little while ago through setting up a new channel, and I did set up a new channel, and I only ever did one live stream on that, which is really frustrating, because I want to live stream, but at the moment, because of this kind of lightheadedness as well, I know that when I'm kind of bombarded with too much information, like if I'm at a medical appointment and a doctor's asking me too many questions, I basically feel really faint. So I'm not able to live stream at the moment, which is really annoying me, because I really, really enjoy it. And I'm hoping to get into it again as soon as I can, but that's the reason really for the delay. In case you thought Lizzie asked us to, subscribe to this new live streaming channel and she only ever did one live stream, that's the reason. I desperately do want to live stream. It's just that I'm not able to at the moment, because my brain's not working properly. So my sincere apologies about that, and I hope to live stream again soon. And I think actually everything that I've talked about in today's video would have made more sense in a live stream, but as I say, I'm just not able to do that. I'm able to edit this video in a way that I'm just not able to in live stream, and I think I'd struggle with reading comments and trying to respond to them in the moments just now. But hopefully I'll get back into streaming as soon as I can, because I really enjoy it. So anyway, how are you? What have you been up to? Is there anything that you're struggling with at the moment in your lives? Because I'd love to hear. It's just really nice, I think, to be able to talk with other autistic people and other ADHD people, to hear about all of our struggles really. This video is really all about that. I'm really struggling this week, so yeah, I'd love to hear what you've been up to too. So anyway, I think that's probably it for today's video, and I'm so sorry because I've got such a really interesting concept for the video that I wanted to put out this week, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it next week because I need to research an area, and it's really difficult when your brain's kind of working against you, really. So you never know, it might be another kind of telephone call video next week. I hope not, because I want to provide content of value, really, and yeah, not just some kind of incoherent ramble as it is this week. But as I say, I think it's important that we see all sides of autistic creators, and when we're having rough weeks, and when we're finding it difficult to mask, and all of that stuff, really, because that's certainly how I'm feeling at the moment. And it's, as I say, it's really frustrating because I'm a super productive person usually. Well, within the confines of being, chronically ill anyway. I think I do pretty well for, what I have on my plate, really. But yeah, it's difficult this week. So I'm really sorry that I'm not able to bring you something of value this week. Hopefully next week will be a better week. So thank you for watching, and thank you if you got this far in this video particularly. So give it a like if you got this far, and I'll see you again soon.